almost don't even need the ring light, but guaranteed the sun is going to go in like T-minus 0.4 seconds. Somebody come get her. This is a problem. Hello boys and girls, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing so well. The world's a little bit crazy at the moment. I don't know if you've noticed, the coronavirus is becoming just absolutely world dominating, to be honest. It's affecting a hell of a lot of people. There are people in self-isolation like myself. I'm in self-isolation because there are people I am close to and I care about that I don't want to put at risk. I've seen so many posts on social media about people just kind of already going insane. It's day 4 of isolation and they've run out of things to do. So I thought I would give you guys, how many things have I got here? 7, 8, 9. That's such a rubbish number. 9 things, a list of 9 things to do while you are in isolation that don't suck. Like, there are only so many jigsaws that you can do so many times. Mum, I'm talking to you. These are basically things that you can do by yourself, keeping yourself occupied throughout this difficult time in our lives. So, let's go. So the first thing I'm going to mention is reorganize stuff. Things like your makeup collection, your wardrobe, if you've got any drawers or files that you've just kind of been putting off, you know, getting sorted. This is a perfect time to do it because like you can only procrastinate so much, and if you get it done you'll feel so much better about yourself. If you do reorganize your wardrobe, don't chuck away the stuff that you want to get rid of, that you no longer wear. Give it to charity, because even though you may not want it, there are so many people out there who would be so thankful for all your donations. There's just this sense of relief when you finally manage to get something organized that you've been meaning to do for a while, you know. Secondly, you can like learn or relearn a musical instrument. I know so many people who like did some things to such an insane level at high school. I know my friend played piano, my other friend played the clarinet. I tried to learn the ukulele. I haven't touched it in years, frankly, and that might be something I'm interested to get back into. Like the number of people who have a piano sitting in their house that nobody ever touches. Make use of it. See if you can learn how to play something. Number 3, redesign your room. Now, I'm not talking like whack out the paints, you know, strip your carpet, all that. I'm talking like just rejig the furniture. I don't know about you guys, but when I was little, I used to spend hours like rearranging, putting my bed where my desk was, my desk where my drawers were. I just used to love finding different ways to place my furniture. And honestly, moving things around can just kind of give you, not like, I'm not going to be like all philosophical and be like it gives you a fresh outlook on life, but it's just, it is kind of refreshing just to have a bit of a change. I genuinely would recommend just giving your room a rejig. Was that number 3? I need to tick these off as I go along. I've got my little notebook here. Okay. Number 4, do some baking. I baked a cake yesterday. It was off the BBC Good Food website. It was just like a very average coffee cake. Now, obviously, a lot of the ingredients in the supermarkets are running a little bit low with people panic buying. I have no idea what kind of a person thinks buying bucket tons of flour is gonna do for their protection against the coronavirus, but yes, there are people out there mass buying baking ingredients. Don't ask. But if you do have some bits and bobs left over in the house, baking is such a good way to pass the time and it's really yummy. I'll link the recipe in the description box below, the one that I used. Number 5, do a home workout. It's so easy when you are stuck at home just to be a couch potato effectively. Exercise is so important for like your mental health, obviously your physical health as well. There are so many workouts you can do that don't involve like special equipment, weights. Do some sit-ups, do some squats, you know, just get the blood pumping a little bit, just so, you know, you maintain that good health, that all-round health. I actually know of this girl who used to go to my dance school, and she's now a personal trainer, and she has just started doing like a home workout program. She can't go to work anymore because it's, you know, it's too high risk. So she's started a home workout program, which I think is just such a good idea. So I will link her website in the description box below as well if you're interested in that, because I know she is really, really good at what she does. Number 6, paint or draw or colour. I haven't painted in so long, and I really, really miss it. And I think while I'm stuck in my room, it's like the perfect time to get back into it. However, I know painting and drawing, being creative in that kind of way, isn't everybody's cup of tea, but colouring, I know it sounds like so childish if, you know, you've not come across it, but mindfulness colouring is so underrated. So you can get books of just line drawings and you just colour it in, and before you know it, like 3 hours has passed. But obviously I know not everybody has colouring books to hand. I thought I would just teach you this really, really easy way to draw your own like line drawing to colour in. It's really, really cool. So one sec, let me change the camera angle and I'll show you. What you do is so easy. So you draw 3 large dots anywhere on the paper, literally wherever you want, and then 10 little dots. 4, 5, 9, 10. And then you're gonna need a ruler. So essentially what you're gonna do is you are gonna join each little dot to each of the big dots. All the little dots to each of the big dots. So each little dot should have 3 lines attached to it, but then by the end the big dots should have loads of lines attached to them. Maybe get a longer ruler to do this. 30 centimeters should do you, because, you know, I'm clearly ill-equipped. And there you have it. You've got loads of random shapes. But what you have here is the perfect outline to just do some really easy, simple colouring that doesn't require any strenuous brain work. So you can colour in the shapes like just plain block colours, or you can fill them in with patterns. It's really up to you. Obviously there aren't any rules. I learned how to do that in year 4, so if a year 4 can do it, so can you. It's really, really easy to do. Number 7, read a book. I do have a few really good book recommendations if anybody is interested. So first of all is In at the Deep End. Now, this book, my advice is read the blurb before you purchase it. It's not very PG at all whatsoever. I kind of made the mistake, I say mistake, it was a really, really good mistake because I really enjoyed the book, but I didn't read the blurb before I purchased it. I just saw a couple of recommendations on my Instagram and I was like, I need a new book to read. So I bought it and it wasn't what I was expecting whatsoever. It's very lighthearted, very funny. Secondly is The Couple Next Door. This is for those people like me who are really into psychological thrillers. This kind of screams the tragedy that is the Madeleine McCann situation. A couple goes next door for a dinner party with their neighbours and they leave their baby next door to sleep. They go in every half an hour to check on her, and surprise, surprise, the baby gets kidnapped. And that is all I'm gonna say. And it's all about the investigation that goes towards finding the missing baby. There are just so many twists. I love a good twist. Do you love a good twist? I love a good twist. Thirdly, if you're not into the whole fiction vibe, there is another book that I read while I was in Australia called Why Men Love Bitches. It's essentially teaching you how to be like true to yourself, how to be independent whilst also holding your own in a relationship. And I don't want to say get what you want, but it basically is about getting what you want in a relationship. It's not necessarily manipulating him, just manipulating the situation. It's an insight into men's heads effectively, but it is really, really good. It's a page turner. I'll link all 3 books in the description box below. Places like WH Smith, I think WH Smith, but Amazon is still delivering. So you can order books to your house if you want like a physical copy. I know I prefer physical copies to like Kindle books, but if you have a Kindle, I'm sure you can download them. So yeah, definitely worth a read. Okay, number 8 is write a diary. I always imagine that my diary is going to be found like 200 years in the future, and a director is going to want to like produce my life in a film. I mean, obviously I wouldn't be alive to see it, but that would be cool. Your great-great-grandchildren could read it and read about the crazy coronavirus pandemic that is happening today, how you can't even go to the supermarket and buy toilet paper. Come to think of it, it doesn't even have to be a diary. You could write a story. You could be famous one day. You've got all the time in the world. Maybe you could be, you know, the next Jane Austen. That was literally the first author that came into my head. And finally, have a pamper day. Give yourself a facial, give yourself a foot bath. I don't know, give yourself a pedicure, have a bath. Just treat yourself like you deserve it. You've been, you know, cooped up inside. You might as well make the most of it. That is all 9 things, all 9 ideas I have for you guys to pass the time during isolation. I really, really hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, tell me down below because I would love to hear your guys' comments. Stay safe, and I will see you guys soon for another video.